Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Xgene and proteinX. In this tutorial video, I'm going to talk about overview of the high efficient DNA polymerase, that is the KOD DNA polymerase. And this tutorial video will help you to pick the right DNA polymerase for your PCR reaction. So let's begin. So first you have to know that what are the important features should have a high efficient DNA polymerase. So there are two important features, those are high fidelity and having the proofreading activity. So any kind of high efficient DNA polymerase should have this kind of primary features. So next is I want to talk about that what is the fidelity. So fidelity of the DNA polymerase, that includes the ability to read the template strand properly, select the appropriate nucleoside triphosphate, and insert the correct nucleotide at the 3' position, 3' to 5' direction. So this kind of three features should have a high fidelity DNA polymerase. So in this case, if it is high fidelity, then the DNA polymerase having the lower chance of the mutation during the amplification. And also the proofreading activity. Proofreading activity, this kind of activity it conducts 3' to 5' direction, and that is also called exonuclease activity. And by this activity, DNA polymerase, it checks all of the nucleotide bases that inserted during the amplification process, and if any kind of mismatch occurs or any kind of wrong bases inserted or incorporated, then the DNA polymerase itself it repair. So those kind of mismatch it repaired by the high efficient DNA polymerase. So this kind of activity is known as the proofreading activity. But the fidelity and the proofreading activity, it does not have the tagged DNA polymerase. So tagged DNA polymerase, it does not have the fidelity and the proofreading activity. So this is why tagged polymerase is not the high efficient DNA polymerase. In many cases, the tagged DNA polymerase is not useful because of it makes a lot of mutation. So next is the high efficient DNA polymerase, so that is having the high fidelity and the proofreading activity. So this kind of high efficient DNA polymerase already available in the market. So I want to talk about this kind of DNA polymerase and their features. So first is the KOD DNA polymerase. So actually KOD DNA polymerase, these are isolated, the microorganism Thermococcus kodakaranesis. So this kind of DNA polymerase isolated from this microorganism, and the main features of this KOD DNA polymerase is a high fidelity, proofreading activity, thermostable, that is common for all of the DNA polymerase, and fast amplification rate with superior accuracy. That is most important characteristics of the KOD DNA polymerase. Because the tagged DNA polymerase, this is very slower amplification rate, but KOD DNA polymerase, it has the very high amplification rate. So for 5 kV or more than that kind of plasmid, you can use KOD DNA polymerase for the amplification, and this is very much very fast process. So this is the comparison between the KOD DNA polymerase and tagged DNA polymerase. So here is the for the KOD DNA polymerase, the mutation rate or insertion of the wrong bases is pretty much lower compared to the tagged DNA polymerase. And also the amplification rate for the KOD DNA polymerase is 106 to 138 per second. But in case of the tagged DNA polymerase, it's only 61 bases per second, so around 3 times faster. So KOD DNA polymerase is 3 times faster than the tagged DNA polymerase. So next is the several DNA polymerase of the series of the KOD DNA polymerase. So I'll talk here. There are some kind of KOD DNA polymerase that available in the market, and there are different manufacturers, they modify this kind of KOD DNA polymerase and they produce different kind of the product. And these kind of products are all of the KOD DNA polymerase series, but their features are a little bit different from one to another. So these kind of products are KOD1, KOD plus, KODFX, KOD plus Neo, KOD1 Blue, and also there are other kind of KOD product, KOD polymerase product, but these are the most important KOD DNA polymerase that available in the market. So next I want to talk about the KOD1 DNA polymerase. So actually this is the high efficient, that is the mostly high efficient KOD1 DNA polymerase in the KOD DNA polymerase series. And the main features of this KOD1 DNA polymerase, that is the elongation rate, that is around 1 kb amplification. It can amplify in 5 seconds. Whereas the tag polymerase, it can amplify only 300 base pair in 5 seconds. So the tag DNA polymerase is 3 times slower than the KOD DNA polymerase. And the next is the exonuclease activity or the proofreading activity, that having the 3' to 5' direction. So, and also it generates blunt end PCR product. So this KOD DNA polymerase, it is very much highly efficient. It does not make any kind of wrong bases, and also the frequency is very lower. Although it makes any kind of wrong insertion, wrong bases during the amplification process, also it can repair by itself. That is the proofreading activity. And additionally, also it is available as a premix or master mix solution that contain buffer, DNTP and magnesium chloride. So during the process of your producing the PCR reaction, that mixture, you no need to add buffer, DNTP or magnesium chloride. Just you need to add KOD1 DNA polymerase, that premix, and the primers, and additionally water. So that's all you need to produce your PCR reaction. So next is the KOD1 PCR master mix blue. This is also the KOD1, but the loading dye included in this product. So all of the features are the same as the KOD1, but you can load directly your PCR product to the agarose onto the agarose gel. So you don't need to add the loading dye separately. So it contains loading dye. So this is why this is very convenient to use that KOD1 PCR master mix blue. This is also the master mix. It contains buffer, DNTP and also other things, and also additionally it contains the loading dye. So here is a comparison among the different types of the KOD DNA polymerase. So here you see there are all of the KOD DNA polymerase series, different product, but here the KOD1 is highly efficient in this series. And if you compare with the tag DNA polymerase have the higher frequency rate and higher chances of the making the wrong insertion, wrong bases during the amplification process. But in case of the KOD1 master mix, it has very lowest number of the mutation, and also the frequency is very low compared to the tag DNA polymerase. Although the other product of this series, although these are pretty much good, but the KOD1, this is the highly efficient compared to the other KOD1 DNA polymerase. So but the KOD1 is a little bit expensive compared to the other DNA polymerase. So I hope this video will be helpful. So if you like this video, kindly hit the like button, share it, and please subscribe my channel. And if you have any queries, kindly write in the comment section. Thanks for watching.